Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, when it comes to our life, always you have to remember, especially when it comes to your spiritual practice, never take the lower road. Always take the higher road. It's worth for you. And sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit more, but it's worth for you. Why? Because the spiritual practice is not just only for a moment, not only for a day. That is what help you to change your life, and that is what help you to uplift your life, and it will finally help you to liberate you from the memory that you carry who you are. So then never take a lower road. Don't have any kind of deeper laziness inside you. Always yourself, day by day, you have to push your limits. It is your personal responsibility. Never allow yourself to slowly settle down with your practice, because we not come here to be with the practice. We come here, we sit here for meditation, not to die with practice. Before you die, you have to get something out of this practice, and you have to transform your life. So the practice is kind of like the moment that you try to brush up yourself. You have to have a life without practice. Don't have an idea to practice till your life end. So that is very important. And that will help you to gain some qualities to yourself. Another thing is, always remember, when it comes to spiritual practice, be kind of like a first class lawyer. Never be kind of like a second class, third class lawyer. Don't go here and there. Don't go to unnecessary informations. Be focused, get to the real case. The real case is you, not outside world, not other concept, not arguments, not ideas, not other believing systems. Don't try to color your imagination through others' ideas. It is useless. It wastes, it destroy your life deeper inner your life. That is why mostly we cannot develop some kind of spiritual development inside us. That is why we cannot get the result out of it. Why? Because we like to make coloring with the ideas and cover up our own life without going to the real truth. So you are the real case, you are the real truth. Go into it. Buddha is the one who directly addressed to this problem, because it is a problem. Why? When you in a family, just imagine yourself, forget about the world, don't go to the world, just take the family. When in a family, if there is a person, if that person really cannot recognize who is that person, out of that misunderstanding, out of that wrong view, what will happen? The whole family may maybe need to suffer. The same like, how about in a country, one person can bring the suffering and difficulties to everyone when the person cannot understand who is that person. So self-realization is very important. But mostly what happening to us, because of this more material life, because of this outside world, because of these tools and machines and gadgetics, we become kind of like third class lawyers. We go some with something else. We never touch the real case. So I give a simple example. We are failed to get the best out of the our human life. It's like this. It's like your cell phone. Look, when it come to average cell phone price, it'll mostly 300 $400. It is very difficult to find something lower than that. So if you get the cell phone and you're spending at least $500, if you go to iPhone, you have to spend at least $700 to get a good iPhone with all the good facilities. It's okay. But the thing is, you get the cell phone and you investing a lot of money out of that. But once you have that cell phone, have you ever thought the words you talk out of that cell phone even not worth one penny? That's where we are. You spend money for a TV and maybe few $100, and you bring the TV and you watch the TV, and that whatever you watching is not worth even one penny. See, that we spending and we investing, but out of that, what happening? We destroy our own quality. So our physical body the same. We are more focused to the body, but we never focus what come out of the body regarding our bodily, verbally, and mentally actions. We health wise, we trying to take care of our physical body. For what? Have you ever thought? And what you get out of this good health? Why you need a good health? Give a hard time to other person? Give a pain to your husband or wife or your children or your parents or brothers, sisters? Or put attitude on others? Why you have to have a good health? Because to develop your spirituality, there is nothing else. If anybody cannot develop the spiritual life or becoming a better person with the good things in their life, this life is a waste. It's kind of like you don't get even something, the the valuable, kind of like you cannot equally that whatever you get out of this body is not worth even one penny. If you give a hard time to other person, if other person get disturbed out of it, so then what will happen? So we are kind of like that. Why this happened to us like that way? Because we not aware regarding our own being. And mostly we, rather than understanding, realizing, recognizing ourselves, remember this very carefully. This is where we go wrong. So you can analyze, you can look deeper and understand yourself. Why things go wrong within our own life, why we cannot fix this. The reason is rather than self-realization. So when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, one of the main important part in during the first 20 years, during the Buddha's time, the very first years mainly focused to the self-realization. That is the fundamental quality of the Buddha's teaching, self-realizations. The culture, tradition, education, other methods, the divisions, schools, that everything came after that during this the journey, 2,600 years. It happened to anything. When you go through the timeline and there are changes. Even the river, when the water start from the first place and then it go through the lands and the mountains, then it start to become something else. The same thing with us also. The Dharma used to came through this timeline and it start to add other things. But yourself remember, when it come to the Buddha's teaching, the main purpose is self-realization. So are we there? Are we getting to that? Are we using it? The mostly out of the practice, mostly what we does. Remember, this is where we go wrong. Rather than self-realization, we developing our self-identification. When you develop your self-identification, you will never see the truth. So the self-identification means I am. So as example, in day-to-day life, mostly we hear, don't make me angry. So don't make me greedy. So that's mean what? So you are very good. So somebody put the anger on you. Oh, you are very nice person, you are so generous person. Somebody or some energy or maybe the aliens from another planets come and disturb you and put the jealousy on you. And sometimes we say, I get so angry. I got so mad. So I separate from the madness. I separate from the anger. So who is that I? And how you separate the anger? And how you separate the jealousy? Now, why you separate the jealousy? So that's mean before you get angry, there is a person that not get angry, not jealousy within that person. So you identify you as I and I am very nice person, and then you know the anger is not good and it is coming from somewhere. So rather than, this is where we go wrong. Rather than self-realization, we develop self-identification. So who is I? So the I mean the whoever exists yesterday, that whoever used to be yesterday. That's mean your past memory. That is I. Your body, mind, your awareness, your feeling, sensation, formations, your recognitions. This all I, but mostly in conventional life, that whoever exists yesterday and the idea that you have in your head, oh, I am like this, that is I. So that is self-identification. The thing is this, the anger in the present moment that you have. So you try to, to get out of the anger, the hold into your past. And then what happening? Again and again, the image that you carry regarding you get disturbed. Then again and again you get angry. Again and again you get mad. Again and again you get jealousy. So why? Because your self-identification becomes stronger. But when it comes to angry, take the responsibility. I am angry. I am jealousy. So I am the jealousy. I am the anger. There is nothing separate, nothing come and put into you. So you are in that nature. That is the very first step you have to take if you look for the change. So why? Because it will open the door to self-realization. Then you look, why? Because it is within me. Why it happened to me? But if you think, oh, this person make me angry, these things make me angry, you will go and fight with that person, not only one time, not only for today, not only for 1 year, 1 month, or one lifetime. You will keep fighting through the sansara, eons by eons by eons. You will go with that. We are coming that way. We are in the middle of that chaos. We are in the middle of that volcano. So this is a moment. So that is why we come to this practice and observe ourselves to recognize this. You can do that. But the thing is, when you have hopes, when you have ideas, when you have concept, when you have preconditioned mind, and when you look, you're not going to see. So mostly, you every day look at the mirror yourself, but you get ready yourself, even very important occasions, sometimes for a wedding, for a party, or a meeting or interview, or kind of like that. Look yourself, and you get ready, you look at the mirror and you get ready, and then you're ready to go out. And sometimes your husband or wife or your children or parents, or maybe your friends or brother, sister, come and pick something you didn't see. Or maybe you go to the place and there you recognize there is a mistake. You know why it happened like that? When you look at the mirror, when you have hopes, as example, you look for the hair, that so you want to keep your hair very nice and beautiful. When you look at that, what happening? You're not going to see other things. Why? Because you precondition your intention to look. Why you look at the mirror? And then with that, when you look something, you're not going to see where the mistake. But you can try tomorrow. When you go to the mirror and look yourself with the empty mind, then you see whole you as one person, and you see many things. If you want to fix your cloth, your hair, or your makeup, or anything, you will see as a rather than focusing to one thing. If you look for the whole person, and you're going to see some in day-to-day life. This happen mentally. This is what happening to us mostly. Why? Because we always focus to the self-identification. That identification bring the authority to you, to hold you. And then you stuck with that. You don't see anything else. So as example, this, when you are in a family, as a husband or as a wife or as a child or as a parents, where you going to hold your self identification? Because when it come to the family, if you have your self identification, we bring a big vacuum and put you to that vacuum and suck you from the family, then what will happen to that family? Or you can be a part of that family? You cannot. Because when it come to that, your husband, wife, children, friends, and family, you cannot have a self-identification, because that family is your identity. But the thing is, we become more personal, more personal. That personal identification, rather than taking to recognition or the realization, take you to more darkness, separation, and hold it to something. When you separate, when you have divisions in you, you will not going to understand. That is the very basic, fundamental quality of understanding. Remember, when you have divisions, that's why the hopes, preconditioned minds, that the fear, jealousy, this everything divide us. When you have divisions, you cannot go to total understanding. So when it comes to, we practice two meditation techniques, tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So when it comes to tranquility meditation, the observer and the object. So the subject and object separate. So there is the dualistic method there. So that's why, even though it brings the calmness, tranquility state to your mind, you cannot attain to enlightenment. But in the vipassana, The very nature of the very fundamental quality of the vipassana is it take you out of the all the divisions. What is that division? It is not this outside, this is inside. It is not that division. The division happen inside you. So as example, the experience. You can in the samatha, you observe the sensation and the observer. But when it comes to vipassana, the sensation and the observer, the both the same. So what you observe itself you. So when it comes to the object itself is the observer itself is the object, or what you observe, there is no divisions. That is where you come to the total understanding. But the thing is this, so how we can take this technique to in day-to-day life, this knowledge day-to-day life, this is what happening. So your I or I am coming from the history, that's mean your past. All you learn, all you believed, all you ate, and you all the perception that happened to you, that huge bunch of collection is I am. That is your history. That is your self-identification. So with that self-identification, in the moment, if you experience something, what is that happening? That's mean you come to the present moment with your past experience. And when you try to analyze the present moment or the perception with your past experience, you cannot recognize this. That is where the self-identification always have difficulties with the present moment. But that, and other thing is it take us to divisions. So what is the divisions? The division means the I and the experience, or the anger, or the jealousy, or the hatred, hard time, fear, disappointment, frustration, anxiety, depression, those all. It's the present moment of experience. Arguments. So then you're going to face with the I am. That's mean self-identification. Then what happening? The self-identification becomes stronger, stronger, stronger. When you become stronger, this also going to become stronger. But when you drop the division, so when you come to the point to observe in the present, forget about the past, forget about who you are, get out of the self-identification, it is useless. With your husband, with your wife, with your children, friends and family members, you have no identity, you have no self-identity. You are a very naked person. Accept it. That's it. When you able to come to accept totally in that very moment, you are kind of like a nobody. Then you're going to recognize what is happening within you. Why? Because your self-identification, you afraid to lose your identification. That's why you try to become somebody. I repeat it. Why? Because I mean it. You always try to hold it to your self-identification. You afraid to lose it. That's why you become always somebody rather than becoming nobody. But in a situation happen in this very moment, in the vipassana level of experience, observation, with the self-identification, you cannot observe. Why? It always take you to divisions. You will divide. You will divide it. Any situation, look all over the world, get any problem. economical, political, spiritual, so health-wise, anything. So whatever the chaos arise out of the divisions, not by realization, but by identification. So then yourself, we cannot go to that things and fix it, but yourself deeper inside you, like a, slowly flowing silent river, get into yourself and observe little by little, little by little. Forget the self identity, drop the self identification, come to the total clear awareness of the experience happening within you. Why? Because when you really come to the point of the moment of the experience, there is no identity in that. But always we have the struggle to come over the comparison, identity and the experience, identity and experience. I am doing this. I am experiencing this. I am observing this. So I am getting angry. I am getting mad. I am getting successful. I am getting rich. I am getting enlightened. So this way, this is what happening within us. That's why we again and again and again go like a circle. So then yourself come to the point when something happen. You can practice it with little by little. When you eat something, when the taste come, experience the taste as you. Don't divide it. This is this taste, this state. Don't go to division. Just come to just the taste. You are the taste. You will experience something. Head to toes. Even you can try whatever you used to eat so far in your life. Try it with this technique. Try tomorrow. You're going to see completely different, something different. You're going to recognize that. It's they not they in when you come to the total moment of acceptance and the experience, there's nothing go wrong. Always things go wrong when you have the identification, or when you go to the divisions, things go wrong. That's why always to things go wrong, you need the comparison from the past and the future. In the present moment, there's nothing go wrong. That is the beauty of the Dharma. That is the power of the Vipassana. So that's why don't afraid for anything. You know, so you cannot try it, but still there is a way. When you come to the total moment of the experience, even you intake the poisons, it's not going to become poisons to you. It is that much powerful. But when you, in the past or in the future, in that very moment, and sometimes you take very sweet medicine that can go poison. To digest that, you have maybe you need some time, but one day you will understand that is that much powerful, this present moment of existence. So then try it little by little, little by little. So when you hear something, maybe you used to hear it for a long time. When somebody nagging or angry and blaming to you, maybe you, without knowing yourself, your identification you hold from there, you go to past and future, past and future, but suddenly start to hear the just the voice, and your husband or wife nagging, and you're going to recognize it's a kind of sweet melody. It is a beautiful more than the Beethoven's symphony. Try it. You can do that. That is the only way you can get out. Otherwise, you cannot get out of your, the angry husband, angry wife, angry children, angry parents, angry neighbor. You cannot get out. Why? Even you go somewhere, somebody you're going to find. You cannot get out of this world. No, eka no ayam maggo. There is no any other way. This is the way. It's a high road. Take it. You're going to experience. And when you go to shower, try it. Forget about everything. Just see how the water from your head to toes, how it wash you and how it bring the the call to you, how it nourish you, absorb it. Just be with it. Don't go to divisions. You going to see something. That is what you need, not any other things. So it is within you. No any other dhamma or no anything can transform you. There is no from something from outside to put it to you and then you become somebody. No. So why? Because we believe that. Why? Because we used to develop the self-identity. So rather than developing the self-identity, start to get into self-realization. That is what called insight meditation. You're realizing inside you. Then once you come to that point, you become free. You become free from that all the difficulties, hard time that you carry in your head. So you can experience it. And when you have that, you come to a point, you completely, you start to act in the right way. I'll give a example with a story. So not during this Buddha's time. In a previous Buddha's time, this happened. This called Ekasataka Brahmana story. This is a very famous story. So the Ekasataka Brahmana means there was a Brahman, there was a person and he was very poor. He and his wife. So this poor family used to live in a village. So what happened? Suddenly to that village, there was a Buddha appeared and then he started to give Dhamma talks for few days in a row, continuing. So then there was a tradition when you go out, you put a scarf over your shoulders, or if the woman, you put the over your head. So in Asian countries, sometimes people do that. It's kind of like respecting to the place and you cover up yourself. So like that. So then this the old father and mother, and they heard the Buddha came and start giving Dhamma talks. So they try to go there, but the thing is, they had only one scarf, and they didn't have to to both to go there. So then they discuss how to do this. That the husband told, I also want to go, and the wife told, I also want to go. So then the wife told, then at night I cannot go. It is too difficult for me. So I'll go daytime and you go at night. So the husband told, okay, that is good. I can go night time and you can go daytime. So then what happened? This very old mother and father then exchange the scarf. So the mother go morning time and covering and using that scarf and listening to Dhamma and come. And the evening, the father go and listening to Dhamma and come. And so they used to do it few days. And then one day, this old father went to listen to Dhamma. And then while he listening to Dhamma, just he felt he want to offer something to Buddha. But he don't have anything. That much he was poor. So then he saw the scarf and thought, oh, I have this. And then suddenly he start to take it and then ready to offer. Then he remembered, oh, if I offer this, what will happen? My wife tomorrow cannot come to listen to Dhamma. So now he start to think about the wife, and then it's a struggling himself, and still he want to do something. So then again and again and again, he start to, so somehow what happens suddenly, he stand and went to the Buddha and offered it to the Buddha. So, and everybody was around that, the king and everyone was there. So then he came, and now he don't have any scarf. And then what happened? He went to the little dark place corner and hide from the people. And then, but now he was so happy. So then he start to shout himself, "Oh, I am the winner! I won!" Like that. He started, and the king was there in front of the rock, and the king heard this, and he got shocked. Why? Because during that time, the winning in this middle of the night, no, there is no anyone to play. Then what is this winning? The king thought maybe somebody overtook my kingdom. So what is this? Because somebody claiming as a winner. So then he sent one person and told, "Go and look what is happened there." So then this person went to this old man and asked, "Why you say you won? What is the what you won?" So then he explained, "Oh, I did this." So like that. The king heard that. And the king thought, "Look at this person." And he's so, you know, compare and generous, and he want to do something, and he sacrificed what he had. And then what happened? As a gift, king gave two scarf after he heard the story. And then this old person thought, these two scarf not belong to me, because I offer this to Buddha, and as a result of that I received this too. So then he offered that too also to the Buddha. So then like that again and again, the king of giving the gift to the old man offering it to the Buddha. So like that 30 scarf he offered to the old man, because the king don't want to become second and in front of everybody. And he tried to beat the old man, and old man offering to the Buddha. And the old man recognized the king not going to stop this. So then what he did, he took the two scarf and offered that all of everything to the Buddha. And then the next day the king sent a very beautiful piece of cloth, and it's the huge piece of cloth as a gift for them, for to this old man, and appreciating that his generosity and the the faith and the conviction. So then this old person thought, this not even now I have this, I have two scarf and this piece of very valuable cloth. If I can do something to the Buddha, and it is very good. So then what he did, he went to the Buddha, and then he offered it to the Buddha and put over the ceiling and as covering. So then one day the king went to visit the Buddha, and he looked at the ceiling and he saw this piece of cloth, and he knew that it belonged to him, and he gave it to this old man. There is no other place to find this kind of piece of cloth. Then he asked from the Buddha, "And how you got this?" So then the Buddha mentioned, that Brahman, that old man gave and offered this. And then the king was that he himself got shame and thought, "I am the king. Still, I didn't do something like that way." And then what he did, he called this old mother and father and gave a lot of wealth and provide a lot of facilities for them to live a very good, generous life. So this is the important thing that you have to, this is the moral that you have to understand. See, when he himself having that one scarf, that he was thinking, now he come to a point and he knew that he listening to Dhamma, he want to offer this to the Buddha. This is the best opportunity to offer something to the Buddha. But he was thinking about the wife and the how that can come next day, and because if I lose this, I cannot come to listen to the Dhamma. So see, when it comes to the divisions, you compare. And if you compare, because in the surface level, you can argue about it. This is right, this is wrong. But I will show you how it works. So when you compare, you stuck there. You cannot move forward. That is why in day-to-day life, when you're going to do something, look at yourself, look back yourself. How many times you thought to do something, nice things, better things, even regarding your own life. Even when you study, how you thought to learn something better, learn a new language, even writing a book or starting new project, starting a new subject to get some information to yourself. I will do this, I will do that. But you didn't do that anything. Don't blame to anybody. Then sometimes we blame, oh, I was thinking to do that, but this person didn't allow me to do this that way, like that. No, the reason is you stuck with your self-identification and you stuck with your dualistic mind and you went through divisions. It's secretly deep underneath in your mind, it happened. That's why you lose that opportunity. See that Brahman, and he come to a point and suddenly he get out of that dualistic mind or the comparison, and what come to the mind, and he connected to the present moment and he act in that very present moment. It transform to something. That is the technique that you have to understand. And we stuck with our life, our imagination, we stuck the memory that we carried from yesterday, because your mind is so strong. Remember that mind is billion years old. So you have to work with that. So I am means you coming from that old memory. It is very difficult for us to get out of the comparison. So that's why when you experience something, come to the real moment of experience. Be in the present moment totally yourself without comparing and holding to self-identification. In that very moment, things not going to go wrong. It always going to the right path. That is the beauty of the eightfold path. That's why it called practice it, doing right. And then there is a moment come naturally, you become right. That right place mean becoming tuned to the present moment of reaction without comparing to your past. So that is the important point. When you come to that moment, whatever the outcome, always going to become beautiful. Whatever the outcome, always going to become right. When you experience it for a one moment in your life, you will never go back to your past. That is where your transformation going to happen. So then remember yourself. You already have this all the qualifications to yourself. Then, as I mentioned in the beginning, don't be kind of like a third class lawyer. Be kind of like the first class lawyer. Go to the case directly without comparing or going here and there or focusing to unnecessary informations. That is where. So you become the case. You become the winner. And that winning brings your transformation and your liberation within yourself. That is what the Buddha's final wish mean, your self-realization. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi diga yuko bhava. Ettavata cha me sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.